the memories emerge like snapshots, Polaroids.
We got people coming in.
For so many, that night exists in noise and still frame.
It was just carnage. It was just people shot.
Mental manifestations of the otherwise inexplicable.
There isn't a day goes by that I don't think about that theater. And there are so many people that still don't talk about it, that still don't release it. It's their private demon, and it haunts them.
Theirs are lives forever changed by memories, some of which have faded, some of which remain raw.
And there's plenty that were there that are not sitting here right now.
8 of the 100-plus officers who responded to one of the worst mass shootings in American history.
Who's a different person today than they were 5 years ago in a big way? Is that because of July 20th?
Yes.
Yes. Is there anybody here who doesn't think about it every day?
I think
In
about it
one
every
way
day.
or another? Yeah. It's still there.
Still there, even now.
Anybody still avoid going by that theater?
Yes.
Look at me, and
John Gonzalez, first officer in.
I could still hear the gunfire when I got to the door.
John Merrick, second in.
People everywhere. There were still people inside, people down. We didn't know how many people were tied to this.
Brian Butler, now retired.
As I'm running towards the door and people are running out, they're like, all right, here in the next 30, 45 seconds is when I get shot. So here we go.
As more than 1,000 moviegoers poured out, they ran in.
There's no one else going to come. You're it. There's no one to call. There's no one going to show up. There's no one going to take your place. If you don't do it, no one else will.
The volume of this night was just beyond your senses.
Jerry Johnsgard, the sergeant.
You become a cop for a reason. This is the reason.
I was just one of the people that was on one side of the building.
Jason Oviatt, arresting officer.
When I first saw him, I thought he was a cop.
Few people are as averse to the H word as they.
Who's a hero here?
No.
Yeah, everybody who was there.
People call you guys heroes all the time.
That's super. It's a loose term. I mean, a hero is also a sandwich. So,
Ask them this, however.
Proud of you guys, of all the guys that are around you right now.
Immensely.
And the aversion dissipates.
So the only time I actually find myself getting choked up is when I talk about how proud I am of everybody's response.
Stephen Redfern, the officer who made a critical decision.
We've got to do something. These people are dying here, and we're not getting the help we need.
In less than 30 minutes, 27 of the most seriously wounded left not in ambulances, but in police cars. An evacuation of patients unlike anything anyone in this country had ever seen.
So that's what we did, and it seemed to work.
Cars are pulling up. We're picking people up. We're putting them in cars. The next car will pull up.
That saved lives.
You guys saved some lives that night.
We like to think so.
The doctors told us afterwards that everybody who had survivable injuries survived. So
and that was everybody that responded.
Proud of them.
Absolutely.
James Waselko, war veteran.
You don't expect to see those type of things in the United States.
He carried out wounded.
How you guys are all doing?
It depends.
On?
The day.
Yeah. It's just kind of that, every once in a while, you still doing all right? Yeah, I'm doing okay. Just kind of go from there.
Yet, all right and okay aren't adjectives all of the officers might use.
You had one of the worst tasks that night.
I did.
Mike Hawkins, father of 6.
I could see it on your face. This is hard to talk about.
Yeah.
Carrying Veronica Moser Sullivan out of the theater was his assignment that night.
I could not find her pulse. And Sergeant Johnsgard just said, stop it, get her out of here. And I ran out with her, and when I got into the parking lot, I realized that she had expired. And
5 years later, he can still feel every word he said to Veronica's parents.
And it was important to me that they knew that that she was taken out by Daddy, and that I have a daughter that age, and I'm very cognizant of what was lost.
What was lost for them and for him?
There was a period of time where it became kind of like a PTSD experience to carry my daughter upstairs to bed.
Just one of a multitude of memories that exist
We weren't going to leave anybody behind.
in still frame,
That's what we get paid to do, make an end.
Polaroid.
People lived.
Memories of a night that will forever live in the minds of those who responded so quickly.
You cannot move on from that, no. No. It will always be a part of you, for better, for worse. And I'm trying to look at the for better aspect of it.